that's going down in Kiki's house. Like, somebody has to get CPS involved. That's how bad it is. This is how bad it is. This is her cousin. And not only that, he is married. He's currently married, and so is Kiki. They grew up together in the same house, same diapers and everything. This guy here.
Keke Wyatt is straight up trembling right now. Her ex-husband, Zachariah Daring, didn't just walk away quietly. He ran straight to Tasha K and spilled every drop of her personal business for the world to hear. He claimed that while they were married, Kiki was secretly hooking up with her own cousin. Can you even imagine that? The internet lost its mind. Apparently, all those marriages she's had over the years weren't enough drama. Now this shocking claim had people everywhere gasping. And it didn't stop there. Zach also said that Keke once told her son, Roger Key Morton, that his battle with cancer was because he was sleeping with other men. That's such a harsh thing for any parent to say. After that, social media went wild, with some people cruelly speculating that her youngest child's health problems might somehow connect to that alleged relationship she had with her cousin while pregnant. The talk was relentless, and everyone had something to say. Now the big question flooding every gossip page: how long has this supposed family affair been going on, and what's the real truth behind it? Let's get into it, because this story is unbelievable. If you've been around long enough, you already know who Keke Wyatt is and the chaos her love life brings wherever she goes. But before we dive into the current mess with Zachariah, we've got to rewind, because those warning signs didn't just pop up overnight. They've been flashing for years. Kiki's first marriage was at just 18 to her road manager, Rahmat Morton. That relationship was rocky from day one. They argued constantly, and things turned physical more than once. At one point, she even admitted to stabbing him in what she said was self-defense. It was intense. The two had 3 kids together and were expecting a 4th when tragedy struck. She lost that pregnancy to a stillbirth. That heartbreak finally made her walk away and try to start fresh. In 2010, she tied the knot again, this time with church minister Michael Jamar Ford. People thought this would be her chance to find peace, but nope, it didn't take long before things fell apart again. Michael eventually filed for divorce, saying Keke was toxic and that he couldn't raise kids in that kind of stressful environment. They already had 4 children together by then, and to make matters worse, Keke was 8 months pregnant when he left. On top of that, her son Raja was still fighting leukemia. She was juggling heartbreak and hospital visits all at once. Michael later released a statement that hit people right in the chest. For over 7 years, I have been Keke's husband, backbone, friend, confidant, and support system. I have loved, raised, supported, and cared for every child in our family, biological or not, including our son, who is currently battling leukemia. I will continue to be that person and do all of these things, but I will not be her husband. Woo! He was done! Keke didn't take that breakup quietly. She jumped on Instagram in tears, calling him out and telling her side while thousands watched live. That breakdown had everyone talking. It was messy, emotional, and the moment people realized that when it came to Keke Wyatt, every relationship came with a headline.
You want to know something, America? When you 8 months pregnant, and you got a child sick, in and out of the hospital, and your husband got the nerve to tell you that he wants a divorce because he says that you're an emotional wreck. He says that from the very beginning, you never trusted me and all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, telling other people, other women that we getting a divorce and don't, if she calls or it's like, what? Like, I am so done with Michael Jamar. Y'all can have him and roast his. I don't care.
Less than a year after that emotional split, Keke jumped right into another whirlwind. She married Zachariah Daring, her 3rd husband, and shocked fans yet again by announcing she was expecting her 9th child. 9 kids and another marriage. The internet could barely keep up. People were already saying, "Girl, can you just take a break?" But that wasn't in Keke's plan, because before long she announced they were divorcing too. And this one? Oh, this was her messiest breakup ever. Unlike her past husbands who walked away quietly, Zach wasn't about to fade into the background. "Nope," he said. "If she's gonna talk, then I'm talking too." And started popping up everywhere, from YouTube interviews to gossip blogs, spilling his version of events like it was a tell-all special. He didn't sugarcoat a thing. Every new interview came with new details, new accusations, and more chaos, and Kiki's name was trending week after week. Kiki first hinted that something was off when she was spotted out bowling, looking real comfortable with a mystery man. She wasn't acting shy either, laughing, leaning close, all smiles. You already know the internet caught that clip and ran with it. Within hours, social media detectives had found out exactly who he was, a man named Anthony Whitehead. Suddenly, the gossip sites exploded with headlines calling him Keke's new man, while others questioned whether it was just a friendly outing or something deeper. Some fans jumped to defend her, saying she deserved to be happy after everything she'd been through, while others accused her of moving on way too fast. It turned into a full debate online, Team Keke versus Team Zach. And as always, Keke stayed quiet, letting the internet argue it out. But behind the scenes, her love life was clearly spiraling again. And this time, the drama was just getting started.
Support, helping hand, put her in position.
This all happened before Keke officially confirmed the split with Zach. So when those clips of her and that mystery man hit the internet, people were completely floored. The video showed her smiling, laughing, and looking as carefree as ever, like someone who had already moved on. It didn't take long before blogs started flooding timelines with headlines like, "Keke Wyatt caught out with new boo?" Everyone had an opinion, and nobody was holding back. Social media went crazy that week. Some folks said, she deserves some joy after everything she's been through, while others were convinced she was being messy again. Memes, reaction videos, and TikToks popped up everywhere, all dissecting that same bowling alley clip. The whole thing turned into a mini soap opera online, and Keke hadn't even said a word yet. Finally, she decided to go live and set the record straight. She told everyone that the man in the video was just a friend, nothing romantic going on at all. But her followers weren't buying it so easily. You could see the frustration in her face as she spoke, her tone sharp one minute, emotional the next. Then, right in the middle of that live, she dropped a bombshell. She was no longer married to Zach, and she didn't stop there. She hinted that Zach had been violent toward her, and that she had gone through things she wasn't ready to fully share. That one statement flipped everything. Overnight, public opinion shifted again. People started sending her sympathy messages, while others accused her of using emotional claims to distract from her own scandals. It was chaos, and everyone was glued to their screens waiting for what would happen next.
Girl can't just have a friend. You just gotta stop with all that. Okay? Because, like, I'm out here just chilling. Girl can't just chill, just have fun. I'm just having fun. Chilling. That part. What y'all doing? Where's my husband? Well, I don't have a husband. Boom, how about that? Give y'all some advice about relationships? Honey, I ain't got no room to give nobody no kind of nothing. He gonna be your husband. Who gonna be your husband? My ex-husband? Good. Go get his. God bless and good night. Let him choke your ass.
From that point on, everything blew up. No turning back. Zach wasn't about to sit quiet while Keke's live had people seeing him as the bad guy. Oh no, he was ready for war. He started jumping on every platform that would have him. YouTube, Instagram lives, podcast interviews, you name it. Every time he spoke, he dropped a new piece of dirt, making sure folks knew his side of the story, and people ate it up. He posted his own video and went straight for the jugular, claiming Keke was the real reason behind their split. He said that barely 3 weeks after he left the house, Keke moved her married cousin in and started treating him like her new man. The internet froze. People couldn't even process it. Wait, what? Was the reaction all over the comment sections. According to Zach, this wasn't some random hookup. It had been happening long before he even filed for divorce. Once he was out of the picture, Keke supposedly stopped hiding it and went all in with this man. Then Zach started dropping what he called proof. He shared photos, messages, screenshots, anything he could dig up, and it was enough to get everyone talking nonstop. Some people believed him instantly, saying there's no way he'd make all this up, while others thought he was just being petty after the breakup. Either way, the drama was spreading like wildfire. And just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, Zach said Kiki and that same cousin were planning to start a church together. That revelation had social media completely losing its mind. A church? With him? One person wrote, while another said, this is beyond messy. The story was snowballing, and Kiki's silence was only making people hungrier for answers.
Because it was impossible for me to call her because I refused contact with her because of the her maniac ways, the demonic, the belittling, the verbal, that's done for life, as I stated. Her and her cousin were living together. Call it allegedly or whatever you want to say. November the 4th or so after I left, 3 weeks later, Larry was living there in the house. She had moved Larry in, which is her cousin, Larry Weathers. And he was still married to his wife, Ebony Weathers.
Allegedly sleeping with your cousin and taking him from his wife.
And starting a church.
Yeah. That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
After Zach's wild accusations hit the internet, the story reached a whole new level. During one of his interviews with Tasha K back in February, he didn't hold anything back. He claimed Keke didn't just bring drama into her relationships. He said she completely broke down her second husband, Michael Jamar Ford, until the man wasn't even himself anymore. According to Zach, Michael started off as a calm, decent, church-going man. But by the time their marriage ended, he was drained, unstable, and emotionally done. Then Zach took things even darker. He hinted that one of Keke's children had been hurt by a man she was seeing, and that Keke allegedly knew about it but chose to ignore it because she didn't want to be alone. The internet lost it. Comment sections were filled with shock and disgust, people saying, if that's true, that's unforgivable. It was the kind of claim that changes how people see you forever, and Keke's name was being dragged everywhere. And it didn't stop there. Zach accused her of messing with dark spiritual stuff, saying she sold herself to the devil just to get her music career to the next level. He said their marriage was fine at first, but once she started playing with demonic things, everything fell apart. He claimed her energy changed, her temper got worse, and weird things started happening in their home. Whether people believed him or not, they couldn't look away. It was drama mixed with mystery, and the internet was hooked. As clips from that interview spread, fans were split right down the middle. Some said Zach was just bitter and doing too much, while others believed he was finally exposing what had been going on behind closed doors all along. The truth was blurry, but the story was explosive.
Baby got touched by somebody?
I'ma leave that's for him to tell. But let me tell you something about Michael. She drove that man crazy, man. From what I heard, her brother, baby Keeper and all, you would have liked him, Zach. Before his accident, I know things might have changed or whatever. She said he was a good dude. You would, even a brother. Now, baby Keeper loved me because when he was 10, 11 years old, traumatic things happened that I can't speak of. I'll let him tell that. But I went after people physically.
The baby got touched by somebody?
I'ma leave that's for him to tell. But that's why her brother loved me. Nobody stood up. Her mother, father, everybody, now you know Lauren the Jean, she'll take somebody out for her.
Like, how did Keke, like, because it seemed like every time one man left, she had another one to replace that one.
She can't be alone. She can't be alone.
She brings these men around the kids, and I'm like, how safe is this for the children?
If y'all believe in this, selling your soul, but it almost seemed like that's what happened a long time ago in the industry or something, because it's like demon possession. Oh, I'm just keeping it.
People were stunned after all those shocking claims came out. For years, Kiki had always been seen as the one who got hurt, the woman who kept getting betrayed by bad men. But now, Zach's interviews were flipping that whole story upside down. Suddenly, fans were questioning if maybe she wasn't the victim after all, but the one leaving damage behind. And just when the public thought things couldn't possibly get worse, Keke's own son stepped in to speak his truth, and everything exploded. Her son, Raja, the same one who fought leukemia while she was going through her divorce from Michael, came forward and dropped a statement that broke hearts everywhere. He said when he told his mom he was gay, she looked him in the face and told him that his cancer was his karma for being gay. He claimed she even said if she had known he would turn out that way, she wouldn't have spent her money to help with his treatment. She would have just let him die. Those words hit like a thunderclap across social media. People were furious, emotional, and confused. Comment sections flooded instantly. Some people sending Raja love and prayers, while others demanded proof before believing something so painful. Fans who had supported Kiki for years suddenly didn't know what to think anymore. Was this a bitter family feud gone public, or a cry for help that had been ignored for too long? Then came the sympathy wave for Raja. Hashtags started trending with people sharing their own experiences, saying how painful it is when parents reject their kids for who they are. Others said the story showed how fame and pain don't mix well. Whether you believed Kiki or her son, everyone agreed on one thing. This was one of the messiest, most heartbreaking celebrity scandals in years.
Put a finger down if you were diagnosed with cancer as a teenager and your parent decides to publicly announce your diagnosis for personal gain and attention, but behind the scenes saying that your diagnosis is karma for you being a part of the alphabet mafia. And if they'd known that you were going to turn out like this, they could have kept their money.
Kiki finally broke her silence after days of social media chaos. She released a statement that had everyone's eyes glued to their screens. She said, "I will publicly address this one time only. I love my son and I love all of my children. I love all people. Anyone who truly knows me understands there is not a homophobic bone in my body. Like any parent, every day is not sunshine. But my love for my children never changes. I kindly ask that you respect our family, keep us in your prayers, and allow us the privacy to move forward in peace. Love y'all, Kiki." Her words were calm, loving, and carefully written, but people weren't sure how to take them. Some said her response sounded genuine, like a mother trying to mend her relationship with her kids. Others thought it was way too polished, like something crafted by her team to do damage control. The internet split instantly. Some were praying for her peace, while others weren't ready to forgive or forget. One viewer wrote, "I knew something was off with Kiki when I watched her reality show. She needs real help, not more attention." Another said, "When people keep having kids with different partners, you gotta start asking if they're trying to fill some kind of emotional void. She's talented, but something's not right." The comment section was wild. Part gossip, part group therapy, and everyone had a theory. Still, a few die-hard fans refused to turn on her. They reminded everyone of what she's been through: loss, heartbreak, public humiliation, and endless media pressure. To them, Kiki was still that powerhouse singer with a big voice and an even bigger heart, just trying to hold her life together in front of millions. But whether you believed her or not, one thing was clear. Her story had officially become one of the most jaw-dropping celebrity sagas of the year. Now people everywhere are asking, do you believe Zach and her son's accusations? Or do you think it's all been exaggerated for attention? Either way, Keke Wyatt's name is stamped all over the internet, and everyone's waiting to see what happens next. And before you go, if you love diving into the real, raw, and messy side of celebrity life, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop your thoughts down in the comments. We've got more drama, more truth, and more chaos coming your way soon. This is Pop Juice Exposed, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's next. See you in the next one.